Yes, Banig. Hello. Hi, maayong buntag sa inyong tanan. I'm Caroline Veronilla, proudly representing Misamis Oriental.
First one is tell us something about yourself.
That's probably one of the hardest questions that I ever have to answer, but in retrospect, I think about my family, and I'm a proud sister to a cancer thriver. My sister was diagnosed at the age of 24 with stage 4 lymphoma, and she's someone that I look up to. And with her experience coming into this journey, I looked up to her even more. She inspired me even more to be more courageous. And I'm proud to say that I'm a sister to a cancer thriver.
Kinuha ko lang yung What is one beautiful word in your local language and what does it mean?
I have always loved the word puhon. Puhon is translated into someday, soon, and it's something that inspires me, it gives me hope, it makes me look forward to the future.
What is the word again?
Puhon.
Pohon.
Sometimes you use it na, kita rata puhon, sabay rata puhon. So someday, and that's something that I look forward to.
What is that one learning experience of yours as a child that made so much impact on you?
As a child, I was really loved by my family. I grew up in a loving home, and that impacted me and how I grew up. I value family, and everything that I do is for them. And that's what I'm applying even until now, joining Miss Universe Philippines.
During this pandemic, what is the greatest lesson that you've learned?
The greatest lesson I've learned is to take better care of myself. I have always had a macro perspective on things, so I'm used to giving myself, helping other people, and then I came to a point when I struggled to get out of bed. I struggled to be productive, and I didn't know what's happening. And so I consulted my family, and then I realized that I forgot to take care of myself during this time, and that's something that I really learned a lot from, and I have been applying even now that I'm joining Miss Universe Philippines.
If you win, how do you plan to help your community?
If I do win Miss Universe Philippines, they would be so proud of me, and that's already a big help. This platform is so huge, and I really want to help promote the tourism in Misamis Oriental. It's one of the top eco-adventure destinations in the country, and I believe that I can do more in promoting the beautiful destinations in my province through this platform.
What color do you think represents the phenomenal woman?
The color that represents a phenomenal woman is violet, because it's a color of women, it's a color of empowerment, and I believe it's very royal, it's very elegant, and it's something that we need to embrace.
So work from home is now part of the new norm. So what are the skills that you think are needed in this so-called new workplace of the future?
To be honest, I'm also working from home, and even now I'm working. I brought my laptop with me. I'm still supporting the children that we work with in World Vision, and I believe that technology is a very big thing now that we're experiencing this new normal, and I really hope that we invest more on internet connection, because that's where really the work is right now, and it also helps a lot of children attain their education.
If there's one spot or place in Misamis Oriental, man-made or natural, that you would like to promote to the world, what would it be?
My favorite place in Misamis Oriental is the seascape and landscape in Initaw, Libertad. It's actually a very nice place. There are a lot of trees there, century-old trees, and it's by a cliff, so you can go cliff diving. You enjoy both worlds, the mountains and the seas, and it's also home to tarsiers and monkeys. Yes, it's found in Misamis Oriental. It's the protected seascape and landscape in Initaw, Libertad. Yes, Initaw. So it's in between two municipalities, Initaw and Libertad. So they share that spot.
Ako naman, Mike, what I want to know is, there's a movement called Love Local, right?
Yes.
What local products do you want to promote and why?
To be honest, I really like to promote the local fabrics of Mindanao. So right now, I'm wearing a Tagulwanon. It's a banig made by the Tagluwanon tribe in Bukidnon. When I also arrived, I wore the tinalak of South Cotabato, and A few days before, I also wore a Yakan outfit from the tribe in Basilan. And so I really want to promote the local fabrics we have because it's something that we really have to embrace.
Well, last question is, what's one thing you think young people like you should focus on?
We really have to focus more on our purpose, what we want to achieve in life, because that's the direction we are going. That's our guide in order to succeed. That's our guide to happiness, to fulfillment. And I really hope that more and more people, youth especially, would know their purpose at an early age so that they will be guided in their path. Thank you. Thank you so much. Daghang salamat.
Hello, my name is Mary Chris Valdez Castro, proudly representing Muntinlupa City.
First is, tell us something about yourself.
I'm a proud member of the Acta Tabangnon tribe of Pilar Sorsogon. My father built our house in Muntinlupa about 14 years ago, and my mother designed it. Because of that, I know that when you put your heart into something, whether it's weaving or whether it's building a home together with your spouse, you are building community by just being who you are and loving who you are.
What is one beautiful word in your local language, and what does it mean?
I believe in Bicol we say Oragon, and that means that we are strong, fierce, independent, and we are who we are, and we are phenomenal.
So what is that one learning experience that you had as a child that made so much impact on you?
I think the biggest experience I had as a child was just serving with my grandmother who built the first hospital in Pilar Sorsogon. And for her to come back and invest in our tribe, in our communities, and to serve alongside her as a medical missionary, that was eye-opening to see that your heart can truly impact not only one tribe but generations.
So during this pandemic, what is the greatest lesson that you learned?
The greatest lesson I learned was resilience. Resilience not only in what we can take, but in how we can take it together. We can take it on and we can overcome as one. I know that through volunteering, it has been stressful as well as managing work and my studies. But because of the encouragement of my family and our fellow kababayan, I feel strong. Oragon.
I'm so relaxed now.
If
Yes.
you win, what do you plan to do for your community? How do you help them?
Absolutely, for my community, I hope to continue to instill a sense of pride that being Filipino means embracing our heritage, our skin color, what makes us unique. Because as a beauty queen, I've seen the tremendous impact it's had, that representation matters. I've had a mother come running up to me just so she can have her daughter put her arm next to mine and say, "See, you don't have to change your skin to be a beauty queen." And so I hope to encourage everyone to embrace their own personal authenticity. Thank you.
What color do you think symbolizes a phenomenal woman?
I believe it represents the color yellow, which in our Filipino culture is courage, it's hope, and it's exactly what we need right now during this pandemic and after.
Work from home is now part of the new norm. So what are the skills that you think are needed in this so-called workplace of the future?
I think the skills that are needed are the same skills that are foundational to every successful society. The skills of being able to trust a teammate to do their work even if they're home, as well as being resourceful. That's the challenge, and that's actually what makes it more fun.
If there's one spot or place in Muntinlupa, whether it's man-made or natural, that you would like to promote to the world, what place will this be?
I would absolutely love to promote Jamboree Lake because it is man-made, but it happens to be the smallest lake man-made in the world. And it's so beautiful, it's quaint, and it's at the center of Muntinlupa. So I'd love to take you there and show you something phenomenal that we made as Filipinos. Yes. Yes po.
You know, there's a campaign called #LoveLocal. So I would like to know what product you would like to promote. local products you would like to promote?
I would love to promote who I'm wearing right now. This is Nel Claveria. He's often been known to design for the royal family Brunei, and it's because he takes in our culture and the weaves and everything that we symbolize together as Filipinos, and he makes it unique and international.
And the last question is, what one thing should young people like you focus on?
I think we should focus on unraveling all of the stereotypes, all of the labels that society places on us and tries to weigh us down. Don't let your heart be muffled. Be loud. Be proud of who you are. And accept that, and that is what you are going to take to the universe, and that's how you are going to change the lives of our communities. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you so much po.
I am so relaxed now because of your voice.
Thank
I'm so
you.
happy, that you always, like a lot of you are telling about the outfits, the weaving, the clothes, the designers. It's very nice.
Thank you so much po. And thank you for your time.
Thank you.
All right.
I don't even know anymore. It's good afternoon, everyone.
How are you?
I'm doing well, but it's very cold here, but I love it.
So, 30 seconds lang.
Okay,
But why? 30 seconds lang.
we'll make it happen.
Tell us something about yourself.
Hi, everyone. I'm Adi Hitomi Ariate Akiyama. I'm 27 years old, half Japanese, but 100% Filipina by heart because I was born and raised here. And I just recently graduated Doctor of Medicine in time for Miss Universe Philippines. And now I am affiliated with the Armed Forces of the Philippines Medical Center.
What is one beautiful word in your local language and what does it mean?
Oh, in Oriental Mindoro, the word there is Tagalog still. And what a beautiful word is maganda, as it is, because I feel like maganda is such a very encompassing term that you can use in a lot of ways. It's not just the physical, it can be who you are, it can be your attributes, it can be a person's feelings. It's everything that encompasses beauty on its own. And I believe that everything that we do has its own beauty in it. So, maganda, like me and all of you.
True.
Right.
True talaga. Truly.
Period. Parang gumanda na po ako dahil sa Miss Universe, kinailangan ko pong gumanda.
Alright, next question. What is that learning experience that you had as a child that made so much impact on you?
I think the best learning experience was when we had a downfall when my father left us. And I know that it's a hard thing to talk about, but I feel like my mom showed us how she can handle 5 children and how all 5 of us have continued and finished college and even postgraduate studies. 3 of us have. And I believe that it shows strength in a woman that she can do anything, and that if I can be half as good as my mom, if I can be half the woman she is, I'd be all set for life.
What about during this pandemic? What is the greatest lesson that you've learned?
The greatest lesson that I've learned during this pandemic is to look past my middle class upbringing and to see the difficulties that the common Filipino is experiencing right now, to be able to help them, to be able to seek what I can do, because I'm not rich, I don't have a lot of money, but I can be able to my own ways. Part of Miss Universe Philippines, I can use my voice, I can use this influence, I can use who I am as a doctor and as a person, that I will be able to empower other people and to help them too.
If you win, how do you intend to help your community?
If I win, I will be who I am. I am a doctor, I am a medical professional, and I'm also a nurse. And I believe that I can use that as an avenue to grow and to help other people, especially at a time of a pandemic, when people need the truth. People need someone who will serve as the truth, the face of truth. And I will be that person. I will be there to help other people, to inspire, but not only that, to help them, to teach them in a lot of ways, in medical and non-medical things.
What color do you think symbolizes a phenomenal woman?
I believe it's yellow because my favorite color is yellow. I love it. I actually didn't know that it was my favorite color until my mom told me that you have so much yellow things in everything. And I realized, oh my God, that is my favorite color. For the longest time, I thought it was red. But then I realized that, oh my God, it symbolizes freshness. It symbolizes a new tomorrow, a great tomorrow. And I believe it's something that I have to show in Miss Universe Philippines because I will be showing you Sinag.
Okay. So, work from home is now part of the new.
Exactly.
So, what do you think are the skills needed in this so-called new workplace of the future?
You know, it's very difficult for the Filipino to work at home because our household is filled with a lot of people. It's not unlike in other countries where you live alone mostly. In Filipinos, we have a very tight knit family, so all of the people are there, and it's very difficult. And I know that people have been experiencing that difficulty. So I believe that you really need to set a specific place for yourself, just as I did for mine, so that you will be able to focus on what you're doing because not a lot of people have that privilege to be able to have your own space.
If there's one spot or place in Oriental Mindoro, whether it's man-made or natural, that you would like to promote in the world, what would it be?
Well, there are a lot of places in Oriental Mindoro, but in Calapan City, it's a city, right? But the thing is, there are a lot of man-made places there that we can visit, and there's also the Mangyan village there, and you will be able to see that there are still Mangyans living. There are still Mangyans. They still practice the old way of living as Mangyans, and it's very. When I visited, it's very wonderful. It's such a wonderful experience to have seen that and to be able to see their culture and how they still are proud of who they are.
You know, right now there's a campaign that's hashtag love local. So if I were to ask you, what local product would you want to promote and why?
Oh, well, I believe the local product would be the Ramit cloth. It's in Oriental Mindoro, and these are hand woven by Mangyans of Oriental Mindoro, and it is very beautiful. They can incorporate so many colors in one weave, and I actually wore that on the first day here in Miss Universe Philippines, and I'm very proud to be the representative of Oriental Mindoro and their culture and heritage because it's so beautiful, it's so colorful, and I just want to show the rest of the universe how it is in Oriental Mindoro.
Last question is, what one thing should young people like you focus on?
I think the thing that young people should focus on is to be unapologetic, to know what you stand for, to know who you truly are, and to be able to stand for what is right, especially for other people. If you are in a better position, if you are privileged enough, then you can stand for other people. You can be their voice. You can stand for those who are oppressed. And I believe it is the right timing, the right mindset for young people to understand that you can be apologetic as long as you know your heart is in the right place.
Love it. Thank you.
Thank you so much. I know I speak so fast. I'm sorry, I have so many thoughts. Thank you so much po.
Hello.
Hello po. Good afternoon. My name is Jennifer Linda. I'm 18 and I represent my beautiful province, Palawan. Yes.
So Jennifer, 30 seconds lang per question. Tell us something about yourself.
About myself, I'm an island girl and I always dream of becoming a beauty queen and I never thought that at this young age I will be able to achieve that far-fetched dream. I am blessed to be nurtured by loving and caring parents, so much privilege to have grown into a woman of essence, influenced by the most beautiful, environmentally and inspiring island.
What is one beautiful word in your local language and what does it mean?
In my local language, actually, I don't speak Koyunin because in Palawan, there's a lot of language there that we use, and I prefer Tagalog. I think Palanga. Because when someone call you Palanga, it's like dear. It's like he or he treasure you as a person.
Next question, what is that one learning experience that you had as a child that made so much impact on you?
One of that is to be disciplined because here in Miss Universe, we learn how to be disciplined and responsible in all our actions because people are looking at us as a public figure and we put ourselves in a situation to be judged. So what we need to do is to act what we have to be.
During this pandemic, what do you think is the most important lesson that you learned?
I learned the importance of life, that with or without the virus, we should always look after to the people, not just our friends, our family, but also the people in our environment and to the outer world, because everyone is suffering from this pandemic. And what we need to do is spread love and care, not the virus. Of course.
If you win, how do you plan to help your community?
Pardon?
If you win, how do you plan to help your community?
My advocacy is concerned about our environment because Palawan is known for its natural resources. So I would like to take that opportunity and use this big platform to inspire other people to be more curious and conscious about our environment, because Palawan is known for its biodiversity and we know how to sustain all our natural resources.
What color do you think represents the phenomenal woman?
For me, violet, because violet is the color of the woman, and I think that that color represents phenomenal woman.
You're still a student,
Yes, first year.
first year. But you've heard the word work from home.
Yes.
So, in your opinion, what do you think are the skills needed in this the new workplace of the future?
Everyone is adjusting from before to the new normal. So I think that our government need to push more or do more so that the other people will know how to handle this kind of situation, and we they should be educated po on how the works will have.
So, if there is one spot or place in Palawan, whether it's man-made or natural, that you would like to promote to the world, what would it be?
I would promote, of course, Underground River, because Underground River is rich in biodiversity and it's naturally made. And for me, Underground River is a place where you can see an amazing features that you thought that can never have in the world.
Really?
Yes, there's a holy family. Yes, and a big candle inside.
Right now, there's a very famous campaign called Love Local. So if I were to ask you, what local products do you want to promote and why?
What local products that I want to promote is the kasui in Palawan. Here in Manila, it's kind of bit expensive, but in Palawan, it is cheap, but it's healthy and yummy pa. It's yummy.
Akala ko sa Antipolo lang meron
Ay,
sa Palawan.
yes po, marami.
Okay. Last question. What one thing should young people like you focus on?
Focus on your goal, because not everyone is thinking about their goal. They just go with the flow. But for me, goal is very important because that would be your key to become successful in the future. And that way, if you achieve your goal, you will be able to inspire other people and do more and do big. Thank you. Thank you pa. Thank you. Thank you.
Good afternoon. Hi.
Okay, so 30 seconds of each question. You can answer in Tagalog, pwedeng mix, pwede ka Pampangan, subtitle naman yan. Tell us something about yourself.
I'm Patricia Pineda Santos and I'm representing the province of Pampanga. I'm a flight attendant, but on the sidelines, I'm an outreach organizer and I'm the CEO of Project Millennials PH and founder of the Babaya Ko Kaya Ko Din movement. I'm a first-timer, but I'm ready to take the risk now.
What is one beautiful word in your local language and what does it mean?
The one beautiful local word that I can think of right now, because we have a lot, I would say, that would be masanting. Masanting, if translated in Tagalog, is actually guapo. But in Kapampangan, masanting is not just guapo. It defines everything that is so-called to be beautiful. Masanting a malan, masanting a gamit. And that just represents that the word beautiful is a representation of not just the femininity and the masculinity of the things, but beauty in general. Thank you.
30 seconds, may timer.
May bantay.
Okay. Parang masano ko sa time.
Next question. So what is that one learning experience of yours as a child that made so much impact on you?
The one learning that I had as a child that made such great impact, honestly, is to love myself. Because as a child, I was bullied for how I looked and my big round eyes, as you might see right now. But throughout the years, I have learned that self-love is important, embracing yourself. Because there's not much you really can change physically, but you can change on how you react on what people say about you. And you can only empower others if you first empower yourself and love yourself, and all this rooted from what I have experienced before.
What about in this pandemic? What is the greatest lesson that you've learned?
The greatest lesson that I've learned during the pandemic is inclusivity. With the Project Millennials PH and the Babae Ako, Kaya Ko Din movement, I have learned that we have always been helping. That is not during this pandemic only. But I have learned that help is only truly successful if it is inclusive and aid is delivered and equal for everyone. I have been helping for so many years, but this is only now the time that I've realized my help is only successful if I also reach the far-flung areas with the help of others as well.
If you win, how do you plan to help more of your community?
If I win, I plan to help more by using, of course, my platform to champion for causes and be the voice of the unheard. I know that Miss Universe Philippines organization will give me the platform to reach out even to the far-flung areas wherein what we say at Project Millennials PH, we aim that no one gets left behind, and with this wide platform, I know that we are able to achieve that mission and vision in our minds.
What color do you think symbolizes the phenomenal woman?
I believe the color that symbolizes the phenomenal woman is red, which is what I'm actually wearing right now, because she is regal, she is fiery, she is strong and forceful, yet she is beautiful and soft inside her heart, which drives her to the phenomenon that she can be.
Since work from home is now part of the new norm, what do you think are the skills needed for this workspace or workplace of the future, as they call it?
I believe as we adapt to the new normal of working from home, the skill needed very much is to be always self-centered and not procrastinating. Because being at home has always had that connotation that we have to be in comfort, we have to be comfortable, it's the time to relax, but we have to go back to our self-center and realize who we are at the moment. If I am an employee at the moment, at this hour, then I must be able to do that and regain my focus. And then in the next hour, I will take my break and be a home self.
If there is one place or spot in Pampanga that you would like to promote in the world, whether it's man-made or natural, what would it be?
I would promote Miamit Falls. Pampanga is known to also be an urbanized province, but Miamit Falls is actually found in Porac. And when you go beyond the cities and the buildings, you ride the 4x4, you see this, and you realize that there's actually more to Pampanga. And you realize that in the chaos and in the noise of the city, you can find a quiet and peaceful self or peaceful place for yourself. And that's who we really are. Can be chaotic outside, peaceful inside. Thank you.
You know, there's a campaign to hashtag love local. So what local product do you want to promote and why?
There are a lot actually, and I could start off with the biggest names, but if there is one, allow me to promote my product, the Suka company, which I have started due to adapting to the new normal as a flight attendant. Suka company is something that I started, but I get from a supplier, a local supplier, who he makes on his own. So at the same time, it is not just I that is benefiting, but it is another Kapampangan, and it is promoting what Kapampangan is like, original, authentic, and tasteful.
The last question is, what one thing do you think young people like you should focus on?
I think what young people like me should focus on is first themselves. Because if you build this power inside you, this confidence inside you, that's only the time that you're able to go out and help and empower others. As they always say, you cannot give what you don't have in you. And the best way to lose yourself is to find yourself in the service of others, as Mahatma Gandhi said it.
Thank you everyone.